What's up, everybody? It's Mobility Matt with the Matt Martin Mindset, and today I'm here with.
Maggie,
Okay, so Maggie, how old are you?
I'm 50 years old.
See, 50 never looks so good. And what I want to do, I want to instill in people that there are many of us out here that defy what the number is. This does not look like 50, So I just want, especially women too. A lot of women go through a lot. I see in this in society, and it's very hard for them to feel secure and safe within themselves. But we'll get to that. So, how long have you been training?
I have been lifting weights seriously for about 4 years now. Spent a lot of my time before that just focusing on cardio. So
Okay.
took weights seriously about 4 years ago.
All right. And why was that?
Uh, why was I doing cardio? Why did I switch to
Why
weights?
did you switch?
I realized, I started doing some research and realized that as women, especially as our hormones start to decline, that I was losing, unless I put a conscious effort in, I was going to lose about 3% of my muscle every year. So I decided I better put a conscious effort in.
It's funny, I was going to say that because I know as we grow with time on this earth, we lose muscle mass. And it's important to have the muscle. Now, necessarily, you don't need to have huge muscles,
Yeah.
but you just need to have muscle mass. And a lot of women don't want to work out or lift because they believe they're going to end up looking like me, which took me like 29 years. And the women that look like men, the only reason why they do that is because they're taking steroids. They're taking something extra that you don't need to take. A woman's body is not going to naturally look like that. You know, a lot of men either. So, what is the best investment that has gone into your well-being?
Well, if we don't have our health, nothing else matters. So
Yes.
it was 4 years ago, I was having my first grandbaby, and I was having my first grandbaby, and I thought I want to be the cool grandma, and I want to run around. I want to enjoy this part of my life. So I've watched so many of my friends retire and just be done, and they can't go and enjoy all of that. So that was my motivation 4 years ago. I thought I got to do this right, and I want to contribute to my kids, my grandkids' life. I don't want them taking care of me. I want to take care of them.
Yes. And I know me personally, I'm 31, and I plan to have kids between 33 and 50. And I'm fine in my mind with having kids later on. One, because they're gonna keep me moving around. They're gonna always be on the floor, and I'm gonna have to move around. And as you get old, you age, it's hard to get down and things.
Those
I don't
car
want
seats are heavy.
car seats are heavy. You gotta make sure you have a strong back,
Yeah.
lower back, strong glutes, especially men. It's not just for women. Uh, so, is your was your family beneficial in, or did they have a positive impact in your journey?
They are probably the center of my journey. They're the reason why I want to live as long as I can, and I want to prevent disease. And all of this takes muscle and health. So
Right.
they are the center of that.
That's good because many people that I've met, their family members are telling them, "Oh, you're doing front levers and oh, you look wrinkly," or like, "Oh, you don't hurt yourself." Doing the one guy I showed you on my post who's doing
Yeah.
the one I just interviewed 2 days ago, doing a one arm handstand on a rolling bar, you know, at 49, about to be 50.
Oh,
Sam
yeah.
told me, "Oh, you calm it down. We don't want you to get hurt."
Well, when I started lifting weights, I went with my sons. So that was like how many
Yeah,
people are
that's
always
good.
confused. They're like, "Is that who's this lady? She's too old to
Like,
be
are
your
you a
wife."
sugar mom?
Yeah. So that's what's it's fun to go work out with my sons. Not a lot of moms get to go
I
lift
wish
weights with
my
their
mom would do
sons.
that. You know what it is too? A lot of parents don't want to listen to their kids because it's like, well, you came from me, so what do you know?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but I live a different life than you.
Mhm.
So it's like I'm walking a different path. Yes, you are my mom or my dad, but at the same time, I've seen different things. We're not always together. And at what, about 18 or whatever age it is, I left. I had went to college, or I went to this trade school, or I did whatever it is, and I've learned new experiences.
Oh yeah, my kids
Different.
are way smarter at 20 than I was at 20.
And that's
Like
exactly
they're,
what you want. You want your kids to be better than you in every facet of life.
oh yeah.
Because if not, then it's like, why'd you have kids then? Like, you know?
Oh yeah. No, I
So
completely agree with that.
it is. A few more questions. So, What is something? Oh, yeah. Actually, let's.
Pause.
Yeah. All right. So, what is something you would tell your 25-year-old self?
Well, quit doing so much cardio. I wasted so much time. Like I used to run 5 to 7 miles a day. Like that's time I can't get back. You know, I would say bye to the kids and run and run, and I still enjoy running. But I spent my life running and doing cardio and starving myself, and living off 700-800 calories.
That's another thing.
Yes,
I
I
wanna get
damaged
to.
my metabolic rate, and now I eat more than I've ever eaten because I've got the muscle to store that fuel, and I need that fuel. So I just wasted a lot of time in that mindset. I wish I would have. I wish someone would have told me, no, this is the way it actually works.
Did someone tell you and you not listen?
Nope.
Oh,
I had to figure it out.
okay. Because sometimes
And
people.
they could have, and I just.
Yeah.
It's possible. He did tell me I always need to lift weights. He didn't tell me I needed to eat more though.
So
Yeah.
that's the one thing I want to touch on with women, and you know, aiming to eat less so they can look a certain way. What are your thoughts on that?
Fuel your body. You need to be eating a pound. You need to be eating a gram of protein per ideal body weight. And women die when you tell them to eat 150 grams of protein. They do not know how to do that.
Also, when you do eat though, like if you want to increase what you eat, you want to gradually increase it. Rather than like, say you eat 2 meals, you're gonna add a third meal, just throw a whole third meal in there. Because the next day, you may not even eat those 2 meals.
Mhm.
You might feel like disgusting, like I kind of want to eat. So maybe add a little bit more to the second meal, or add a little bit more to both meals, and then
Yes,
eventually
completely.
throw in a third meal, but not just like, and it could be over a period of time because, mind you, we're going to be living for years on end. So why do you need to change your lifestyle? People call it a diet, but why do you need to change your lifestyle in 1 week? It doesn't need to change like
No.
that.
And I say if you've got it, like eat your protein first and then fill in the rest. Because you've got to have those building blocks.
But it's good that you're open-minded enough to understand that, and maybe in the past you weren't, but the fact that you've grown over time and was able to do that is very important. You know,
Yeah, it's a big shift,
there was something else you touched
especially for
on.
women my age.
It is.
They don't realize that.
You touched on
Hormones?
yes, the hormone situation. So let's touch on that. How do you feel about, or what have you experienced?
Well, I went and had labs done, and my hormones were not up to par. They are not where they should be. And so by just lifestyle wise, fixing that, taking out highly processed foods, increasing my muscle mass, lowering my body fat percentage, my hormones have, I was insulin resistant too, all the way around the middle. And I just knew I had to do something about that. And it's going to happen to all of us. Age 35, your hormones just start decreasing. It happens with men too, andropause. So sometimes we need some hormone replacement therapy, but actually just do a lifestyle change first, see where that gets you. And then if you need to add some hormone replacement, that's good too.
That's one thing I always tell people. Change your lifestyle first. People want to cut corners and take this pill and that pill. Maybe you should stop eating a whole bunch of bullshit. You know, like for instance, over here on Ocean Drive. Don't get me wrong. I might eat here I'm not eating here because they're overpriced. But on the next block, I would, every now and then eat that. But at the same time, I do a 70-30. 70% of what I eat is going to be immaculate. 30% is going to be American. That's what I call it. 'Cause my parents aren't from this country, so I see the differences.
Yeah.
And differences in the ideologies.
And it's hard in this country to eat well.
Yeah, that's why people look at me like, "Well, how do you look like that?" Well, I'm not addicted to food. A lot of our food in America, it's just drugs in food form. It's like prescription drugs in food form,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
Frankenfood.
Yeah, Frankenfood, So it's nice and that's why I want to do these videos here, because I want to instill in people and show these people there's other ways to do it. Like what you said, it sounded simple and it sounded logical and it sounded almost like common sense, but then it's like, well, since we're not taught this, we don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Then
we go to our doctor and we get put on antidepressants. 27 years. So that was one of the first things I did, is got off antidepressants.
Yeah, see, and that's another thing too. I know a lot of people that are either on or were on antidepressants, and
And nothing wrong with them. Like If you need
I feel
them,
it doesn't help. I feel as though a lot of those
but
people,
try some other
they
stuff.
got worse. It didn't. It puts a Band-Aid over it, but that wound is like still open, and for some reason, it doesn't help heal it.
No, it exacerbates it. I kept putting on more and more weight, getting softer and softer, getting more depressed.
Exactly.
So
And I'm not putting anyone down that does take this. I'm just letting you know that there's other ways to go about this. There's healthier ways to go about this. It may be a little more uncomfortable in the beginning, just like working out. First 3 weeks of lifting weights, it's horrible. and after that, you get used to the pain. But would you rather have workout pain or aching pain? Always think of that. Always remember that. Because I know when I had to walk with a cane at 25, and then I became a mobility coach afterwards, I realized, I was like, yeah, this is not for me. My mom told me at 17, she's like, no woman's going to want you falling apart like that. She was right. But I mean, like, it didn't look like I was falling apart. I just felt like that. What is it that you feel would benefit women overall when it comes to health and wellness? Something that you learned that if you didn't have that or dissipated it a lot earlier in life?
oh, it's probably gonna make me cry. Sorry.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
Our body is a gift, and love it. Don't punish it. Give it what it needs, and it'll give you back what you need. So cherish your body. Take care of it. Give it good nutrients. Give it the exercise it needs, and it will perform the way you need it to.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. And it's fine to be emotional too, especially with men. We hold a lot of emotional trauma in our hips. Women do too, and we feel as though it's frowned upon to show our emotions or to cry or whatever the case may be, and that's far from the truth, And we need to understand that and understand that, so we can overstand that, and we can grow as a collective, And so the last question I was going to ask you is there anything that you feel? What do you do? I forgot to ask you that. What is it that you do?
Well, I've done a lot of things in my life. I've always been really into fitness, and granted, I was always way bigger, and it was way harder on my body too. We've done triathlons, but right now I'm the financial secretary at a high school and an integrative health coach. So I do my hobbies, what I love, but I still have to go to work during the day. I've always been involved in dance. So my day job, I'm a high school financial secretary, and my night job, I coach people and help people find their innate health.
It's good that you help people. I feel especially in this day and age, in this world, if you don't help people, what are you doing?
It's way more fulfilling.
It's a lot more. I can sleep better at night knowing that. I had a client one time that was telling me how she was like, I have to lose 30 pounds. So I was gonna kill myself before I came here, and it's just like, because that's what I want to touch on, especially interviewing a lot of women, because it's like that weight will drive you to kill yourself. And I'm not saying that it's not that serious, but you need to look at that and understand that it's not the end of the world. It's not just like, oh well, I need to lose 30 pounds and whatever the case is, so I can't do it. And it's like, no, take it a step at a time. The Kaizen method, where you grow 1% every day. Once I heard about that and I learned about that, it helped me grow exponentially, because in 4 months you grow 120%. Now, see, you and your husband, right? There's 2 of you. 4 months from now, getting 1% better. Now there's 4 of you, and another 40% of another person. So, and imagine 5 years from now. So it's like we need to understand things like this and really get a hold of that and grasp it and take action. Starting is the hardest step, and that's why I want people to see these videos and see how to start, which is the next thing we're going to go into. 4 exercises, 3 to 4 exercises that you feel women should be doing in the beginning, or just something for beginners overall. What are 4 exercises? We can start with the first one.
Oh, you want me to come up with them?
Oh yeah.
No, I thought you were.
Well, this is mainly for women though. just 4 beginner exercises. Even
Well,
if it's,
you've got to be able to get up and down. You don't want someone helping you to the toilet. So
Okay.
you've got to be able to do
so
a good
basically,
squat.
so a squat. All right, so let's do 2 sets of squats.
Okay, just
2
their
sets of 10.
squats.
Yeah, regular
Okay.
squats. So here, and also I'm gonna turn to the side.
Okay.
What you want to make sure you do too. Some people may not put their knees over their toes. Me personally, I put my knees over my toes as I squat because that's the way the body works. And on top of that, you're putting a lot of tension and stress into your hips, and that's not what you want to do. Because I've been doing that for years, and then I ended up having I got a lot of traumatic injuries, injuries from car accidents, impact injuries, things like that. So I just want to instill in people how to have proper form.
Perfect.
So here, right? 1, 2. Make sure you stay in your tripod foot, which is the base of the big toe, the base of the pinky toe, and the heel. And make sure that your shin and your torso are at the same line. I don't know what number wrong. Let's do 2 more.
That's just
11 is my favorite number. Take a break. All right, so, and also make sure in between sets, you're breathing in and out of your diaphragm through your nose. It'll help you obtain more oxygen. You can use your body 20% more efficiently. So just be mindful of that. Round 2.
okay.
And begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop after 5. 5. Now we're gonna go down slowly. So you could do reps. You could do time under tension, like what we're doing here. Come up slowly. Or you can do isometrics. Slight bend. Contract the legs. Squeeze the glutes and hamstrings. Halfway. Hover. Make sure your glutes are still activated. Halfway. Slight bend. Take a break.
Whew, things are done now.
Feel the difference in those?
Yeah.
So, me before I used to do this thing where it was like 770 side squats, bucket squats, lunge the field and sprint the field, and I realized I don't need to do all these reps. And then I would do like 1,254 push-ups in 38 minutes. Like I would touch the ground and lock out, and I'm like, I should have just done 17 1-minute push-ups. Better on my joints. But it took me having golfers up to figure that out. That's why I want to take my injuries, show other people so they don't replicate that. It's another exercise.
I think we have really lack of your body strength. So
Okay. And it's funny because when women come to my class and I say, are we going to do the push-up jacks? They're like, so here. Now you can, I'll do it sideways.
okay.
You can get into a calf raise, right? And you can either bring your elbows back, which is going to work tricep more, 5 toes, 2, 3, 5, or rotate your elbows slightly outward, 45-degree angle, again. 1, bring them back a little bit more, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, take a break. The reason being with that, you don't want your elbows out here. It can damage your shoulders.
I thought that's what you told me to do.
No.
So I misread.
No, that's fine. So,
It felt really weird.
so it's either here or here. You don't want to be out here. But I'm pretty sure you do. You probably just misinterpreted what I said. Also, we're going to do the time and attention one, where we just hold it like this. So here, we're going to go down slow. 5 seconds. Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover. Make sure you're squeezing your posterior, back, legs, glutes. Come up slowly. 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a break. See, it's just simple things. You don't need equipment. You don't even need a gym, honestly. My brother probably wouldn't like that, but you don't need much. You need to be creative. Just look at all these planes.
even notice until I start recording.
Yeah, I need a break. Like, come on. Everybody don't talk loud enough. We're gonna do one more. What is one more that you feel be beneficial for women?
I
Should probably have you go over here.
don't know.
Starting to look like an unknown character again. How
I
about?
know you need core strength.
How about? I was
Yeah.
just about to say that. So I got a perfect one for you. These are called. I call them hip drops. So it'll be like this. You'll be here. You'll drop, come up, and drop. Up and down. Up. You should feel this in your core, your obliques, maybe in your lats a little bit. Two more each side. All right. How did that feel?
Good, really good. I'll
You- you
incorporate
ever-
those. I like those.
You ever did that one before?
I don't think so. Maybe a.
You know what I do? I look at exercises, right, that people do. I ask them what muscles they're working, and then I alter it based off of my knowledge and what I believe and what I've learned. I just go from there and like, oh, I feel that here. I'm like, okay. Then I have somebody else do it. And I'm like, where do you feel that? I test it out, and then I'm like, okay. Then I just put it on a couple other people. And then, you know,
No, I like that.
I add a name to it, even though I'm pretty sure that is the name of it. Sorry. And then there's another one we could do. One more here. Now you're gonna come in, out, in, out. Yep. 3 more on each side. 1, 2, and 3. All right. See, so it doesn't take much to get in shape. It takes creativity. It takes wherewithal, know-how, what to do. Maybe, you know, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, comment, and also, thanks to this lovely lady here, we were able to, you know, just touch upon many things for women or just people in general that don't know where to start, don't know what to do, and just aren't sure on where to go. So I just want to thank you for that.
It's been a
I
pleasure.
appreciate you.
It's so nice.
I appreciate you as well too. Appreciate the
And our
cameraman.
cameraman. Nice to meet you too.
Peace and blessings.